Can you hear me? Oh, hold on. Let me put some earphones on then. Uh-oh. Run into these problems.
Yeah, we can hear you now, bro. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? No.
Jake, you can hear me? Yeah, they can hear.
There you go. Yep, we can hear you now. What's going on, man?
Hey, technology's working.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's
You got
going
a
on,
question?
man? Long time, bro. It's been a long time.
Way too long. How are you?
Yeah, you're doing good, man. Fully transitioned into the commercial real estate space, like we always talked about back in the day, and right now it's just doubling down on relationship time.
I got a deal for you. Make sure you reach out. I got a commercial deal with 2% financing.
Got it.
And interesting to look at a guy. I'll hook you up. Anyway, give me a quick question before we get going here.
Got it. So from your point of view, how does the commercial real estate market look in 12 to 24 months from right now? Because it's a lagging indicator for what we're dealing with right now.
You know, it's really strong. Because we have a pent-up demand. People were flowing, man. Mortgage rates were lowering in. There's this pent-up demand. And so because a lot of retail places maybe go under on the commercial side.
Yep. Hey, Dave, can you hear me? Hey, Dave, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now, Dave. Can you hear me? Yeah, sorry, you were talking about it being strong.
Yeah, so I just think there's a pent-up demand, and the interest rates are going to sink. So purchasing, leasing, there's going to be a lot of turnover in transactions just because there's a lot of retail places that are going to have to catch up. But you're talking 12 to 24 months. Change creates opportunity, and in real estate, you've seen it, I've seen it. We're going to have a really strong 12 to 24 months, as long as we get out of here in the next 12 to 24 months.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's going to be, we got to be safe.
Yeah.
And whether it's May, June, or July, I don't care if it goes all the way to July. The market, 12 to 24 months, the commercial market's going to be strong. So give me a call because I got that interesting opportunity for you to look at.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know you've talked with him in the past. You've been on his podcast. So I'm actually working with him and Vault as an acquisition manager. So we're going to get it done, man.
You got it, man. Give me a call. Thank you.
Cool. I'll talk to you soon, Dave. Take care, man. Bye.
The real matter. What's up, brother? All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Special guest is signing on, Jake said. Who's my special guest? You only want to know. Go ahead, post some questions, though. I got a lot of people, like I said, hit me up to answer some questions. I am sitting here in the middle. At Just Mike is on his way. Let's see when he comes in. Jesse, how are you? Somebody have a question for me? Go ahead, post it up there. Everybody's emailing me a bunch of questions. They're posting in DMs a bunch of questions. So let me see exactly where we are at. Here we go. Let's see. Quick question. Thanks for posting it. How to stay positive when you are stressed, I'm sure. Jesse, look, there's 4 things that we control, 4 things that allow us to stay positive. 1 is our mindset. 2 is our feelings. 3 is what we say and hear. Control what you say and hear, and then our actions. And so if you stay focused in on what we can control, the uncertainty of other things that we can't control, the uncertainty of time, change, emotions, the economy are going to dissipate as far as creating negative energy, interference, corrosion, etc. So go ahead and stay focused on those 4 things. You guys are looking strong here with the facts. With unemployment at 30% for this week, how do you know commercial real estate will be strong in 12 to 24 months? Because remember, a lot of the unemployment that is available right now is temporary unemployment. There's people that just got laid off because we have this package. So, and I don't know the market is going to be strong. It has so many different variables by where you are, what property you're looking at. But what I do know is if you seek mentorship, someone that's been in your area, in the industry or place that you've been for the last 30 or 40 years, and ask them to tell you when things are oversold, you'll know when to buy. Like SBA disaster loans, there's a variety of moving parts here. So please, I'm giving you my personal opinion. Overall, I believe in 12 to 24 months, we will have a strong, I'm going to go live with just Mike here, a strong economy. But I'm an optimist, and it depends on. Oh my goodness, somebody is there. Look at you,
The
caveman in
guy.
the studio. The
The
guy.
guy. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I had to get you on. I apologize, but I had too many shots of Jaeger. It was my daughter's 21st birthday in quarantine, and I was trying to get you to rap to her on her birthday.
My God. Last time, I want to say you were the last guest I had over at the ranch before this crazy quarantine that we found ourselves in. So,
It is
hey,
crazy, man.
couldn't really. We talked about it. Couldn't have gone out on a stronger note. You brought it. You brought it.
You made my day. You started a trend. More and more people were like, I didn't know how cool Dave Meltzer was. So thanks for making me cool.
Hey, I'm gonna sing that song until I'm gone.
That's so cool, man. Well, tell me what you're doing during this period of recollection, reformation,
Yeah.
repurposing, reengineering. What are you doing?
To be completely transparent, I'm probably in that category, very small category of people that aren't terribly impacted by being forced to stay inside. You've been here. We operate out of my house almost 100%. I have a full I work daily here in the studio, and also our podcasts, content. It's all, it all lives here. And all of my employees live under the same roof, my closest employees. So, I'm very, very grateful for that. And I know how lucky I am, because I can only imagine not only the financial stresses that people are going through, but just not being able to have, that feeling of purpose when you're able to go to work and execute the things you want to do, or have ideas, but, not being able to execute them is a terrible, terrible thing. So I'm extremely grateful. To answer your question, there's definitely a little bit more isolation time. There's definitely a little bit more, and this about me. I love alone time. I value my alone time. Man, I can't put an emphasis enough on my alone time, man.
Yeah.
On the flip side of having all your employees here and working out of your house, you also don't get a great break from it. It's not like I live that, I work and then I go home and have that life. Like, it's all kind of here. So, I value that time. And if anything, I've just doubled down. I meditate twice a day, which is this has been my first opportunity to meditate twice a day. I know that I'm supposed to do it twice, and I still can't get myself to do it when I have a full day and I can go out and go here and go to lunch and all these things, So this extra time has been really valuable in that sense. I've noticed a difference in that, just in that alone. And on my podcast, the things I've been talking about is just like stressing this to people is like, use this extra time to like just evaluate yourself, where you are, like if there's anything about your life that you
Inventory.
don't like where you're trending to, this is a time where you can actually do something about it and not feel bad. Some people like, hey, if I were to start a second job, or if I were to start playing guitar, I've been wanting to play guitar, I'm missing out on time with my wife and my kids, or, I'm there's all these lists of excuses, and they're reasonable and rational excuses, but a lot of those are out the window now. So it's on you, and you can utilize this time for growth if you look at it like that.
For sure, man. I talk about, the four things we can control: our mindset, our emotions, the way we feel, as well as, of course, our own things we say and things we hear, but also our actions. But moreover, I think we should take inventory. I tell everyone, look, in times of fast change, take inventories of your values, take inventory of your closet, take inventory of a whole bunch of
Absolutely.
things, because that's where you can create efficiencies, and you also get a solid ground. When you take inventory of your values, you start realizing who you are and where you can improve, and now you got the time to actually face those things on. You know, as your Uncle David, sitting here, Jaeger Dave, the middle-aged Sugar Hill Gang rapper, the worst rap ever
Coolest.
given to your studio. The coolest. Give me a layup question that maybe you were thinking there going, man, I'm a little bit off on this. What would Uncle Dave say?
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, I was interested. I think you were talking about it when I hopped on here. I was interested just because you're such a, you know, one of the takeaways from last time we were here, you're just talking about it kind of hit me for the first time, like how incredible what you've done financially. And I know finances is just a small component of what you're pushing in your narrative, but to be able to have that skill that most people in the world hold up there on the highest of the totem pole. Like, if I could get this financial security, I could do this. I would be so happy, this and that. And that skill set that you have, I remember you said something on the podcast, you're like, I can make a short form, you know, content series on how to make 100 million, you know, and it could be fairly easy to follow along and do. And you said that with confidence, and it stuck with me. I was interested in your thoughts on just like, how is this, you know, how would you advise people navigating this? Because as much as the virus and this pandemic is just an unbelievable health risk and well-being risk, but I think the fallout economically is going to be catastrophic. I think it's going to be really, really trying times, and I'm really intrigued, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Just really intrigued to see how federally, how it's going to be handled, and what you think the best way, you know, of navigating. One, if you do have some liquid cash, is this the time to get into the market? Is it not? I know it's a very shiesty. I see all different differing opinions on it. So just getting your whole take on it would be valuable.
Yeah, let me help you out. So first of all, whenever there's a huge change, like during the Great Depression, more millionaires were made in the Depression than any other time in America. So there's opportunity, but you have to use the secret sauce. When I talk about that short form content to make over $100 million, it's all about buying when things are oversold and then selling when they're overbought. And you're young enough and liquid enough. And what I would do is determine upon the industry, you know, for example, the music and entertainment industry. I know the sports in the industry, the gambling, real estate. But even though I know those, I'm going to the guys that have been in the industry for 40 or 50 years, and I'm talking to them about casinos. You know, I'm calling, you know, the guys who I know that have run major casinos and saying, all right, gambling's been legalized in 20 states in the last 18 months before this happened. Casinos are always full once the economy recovers. You know, where's the oversold casino deals? You know, where's the oversold arena deals? Where's, you know, if you don't think people be lining up to see the Lakers play someday, whether it's a year or two from now, it wouldn't matter, because there's opportunities that lie. If I was young, I would literally go to the most sage advice that you can get, the oldest people that have seen all these years in the economies, and just say, show me and tell me when something's overbought, and go ahead, and depending upon your risk tolerance and your timing, and to always, everybody on this, you know, write this down. Jake, you're on here. Tell people there's two things always to ask yourself on any investment. What is my risk tolerance and what is my timing? These are two questions. A lot of people, they get too excited emotionally and they dive in and they don't think about, shit, I need my money to go to school, or I need my money to buy a car or to eat, you know. So look at the risk tolerance and your timing, get expertise advice of when something's oversold, and then tell them to call you when it's overbought. That margin will be huge. It's life-changing margin. You've seen it in Hollywood and in Southern California, people that pick up properties in 2008 that literally, and I know guys, you know, literally there was properties going for around $1 million and $2 million that had sold last year for 10, right? $8 million is a lot of money, right? When you're in your 20s or 30s, you make 8 million, you could parlay it next time into 80 million, parlay it the next time into 800. That's the way money works. It doesn't disappear. It just slows down. Money slows down, and you actually can take advantage when it slows down for when it speeds up to get back in its way by buying low and selling high, using expertise. One other trick of the trade for people right now looking for opportunity, and I've done this on a few of these, but please listen. Go to the stock market, look at the 50 top trading stocks, the ones that are just booming. Go ahead and see what capabilities you have that are synergistic or supplementary to that, and you can make money with those capabilities. Go look at the sustaining companies, the 50 companies that haven't moved, literally have not moved through this. Then you can go ahead and find the synergistic and supplementary capabilities that you have, and you can create stability in what you're doing. And then go down to the bottom and see what companies have been crushed. Find the ones that have the expertise or an expert in, and see where they've been oversold, and wait and ask for that expertise when they've been oversold. There's some real simple techniques, knowing timing and risk tolerance, of how you can seriously change your economic life. I'm more concerned though on something that you do have, man, and that's, we're born with the happiness gene. We've had struggles. You and I smile through struggle. We smile through everything. We find the light, the love, the lessons. I know you're missing Alexis there. She's missing you. I bet you're missing the turnover that you get of visitors, at least, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think there's really something interesting. Hold on, I'm just looking at some comments. Is my quality really bad? My streaming
You're
quality?
blurry. You're blurry. I just thought I drank too much Jaeger. You're all fuzzy there.
I don't know why. Mine looks clear. What can I do? What can I do?
I have no idea. You sound okay, so I keep it up.
Sound okay? Sorry guys. Sorry everyone watching. I don't know.
He has a beard. He has a beard anyway.
Yeah, today is a busy day over here. We there's an interesting idea. I don't know if you probably missed it because you're so busy, but I actually had an idea going back to kind of meditating and taking care of your mental space in a way that you don't necessarily look for these immediate results, but what you're doing is clearing space for creativity and just opening that potentiality to creativity. And like, so many of my best, most fruitful ideas recently have been, shower thoughts where I've, meditate. I have this routine where I'll meditate, work out, meditate, go in the shower, and then kind of go into my day full steam ahead. But I did this, thinking about my network and having a celebrity network, with athletes, ranging from just athletes and artists and whoever. I had this idea of like, this is probably a very, very rare time where you can get celebrities, on an open schedule. Like a lot of people just don't, obviously not going. Celebrities are usually going 100 miles a minute and, have full schedules. So it's very, very challenging to put things together where a bunch of celebrities can engage. But I started this ball in a cup tournament, which is a beer pong tournament where every team will donate $1,000 to enter, but we're also gathering a bunch of sponsors and from just different corporations and companies that aligned with it. But we're gonna have over a 6-figure donation to. We're gonna figure out exactly to where, but to a Corona COVID-19 relief, probably based in LA. But this was just an idea I had in the shower a week ago, and I really. If you kind of look at your brain and thoughts even as not necessarily you, but something that you can kind of curate and nurture those ideas. And I just feel like even little simple, stupid ideas like that, I don't take credit for them in my being anymore. I kind of give myself credit for opening up the space for those ideas to come and make sense. And I think that's where, you talk about the happiness gene or whatever. It's not, I don't want to sit here and act like I have this whole thing figured out at all. I'm probably a lot further back than you are, but that's why I aligned so much with the things you say, because they're all ideologies that I've felt change my life. So it's easier for me to be happy when I do these things. So I preach them to my fans because I know it's worked for me, and it's just one of those things that I'll hammer home for as long as I'm doing content. Take care of your mind. It all starts in your mind, and nurture your mind, man. Your mind is everything. You could be in paradise, but if your mind isn't right, it could be hell. So it's, and vice versa. So that's
and I think you make a
biggest
good point. Like, and you make that good point. If your mind's not right, then do something for someone else. Make room for what you want. Let the creativity flow. I mean, the one thing about a rapper that I've learned is they understand the flow. We talked about downloading and then the flow and understanding the connection to the power of the light, the lessons that you have. And, that's what you're doing. And, count me in for ball in a cup, by the way, but I got to use Jaeger. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it work. I'll be happy to donate the money and help everyone. I'm doing the you'll love this one. Jesse Itzler and Colin. They're doing the what is it called? The Mile Club or something like that. The Calendar Club. Calendar Club. They're running a mile for each day. So like 1 mile yesterday, 2 miles today, 3 miles tomorrow, all the way to 31 miles. Right. So
Wow.
I told them. I adjusted their thing for me. I'm still going to donate, but I'm doing 1 yard a day. So I ran 1 yard yesterday, a sprint though. I'm not going to jog.
I think I
I'm going
saw
to
that.
run.
I think I saw that. I was a little confused.
Yeah, that's it. So I'll do 2 yards today. I'll work my way up, all for charity. I'm a man who will sacrifice, make room for what I want by doing for others. Last thing, I'll let you go, brother, because I know the studio's waiting and here.
Wi-Fi, boys. So I got you back. I got you back. My Wi-Fi blanked out. I missed that question completely.
That's all right. But what best piece of advice do you have for everyone from in the studio? Mike Stud, super philosopher.
For music in general, or creativity, or just in
For
general?
anyone, any advice, man. Everybody needs good advice. Give us your nugget.
Yeah. Man, if I could say anything on a general basis, it'd just be like find your find what makes identify what makes you you. You know what I mean? I'll say that, I'll elaborate on that and basically say, like, as I've gotten older and as my career has evolved, the more and more I let go of the norms of what I do, and kind of comparing myself to what others are doing in my space, and just channeling and actually leaning into the things that I think, one, come innately and naturally to me, but also like the things that I enjoy the most. I lean into those. And I think there's a reason I've been able to sustain what I'm doing. And I think it's because all of my followers really feel a connection to me and my individual being, and they find a relatability to me. And it's almost like, and humans can kind of look at another human and like subconsciously feel that they're being authentic to themselves, they're being real. And there's something very attractive to that. There's something very people won't gravitate towards that authenticity. And it doesn't even have to be about your career. It's about just your being as a person. If you're being authentically, just leaning into your individuality just in your day-to-day life, I think you're going to attract the right people into your life. I think once you vary from that, or you start reaching or comparing, or even just kind of, like these guys like this, so I'm going to kind of lean into that and like, play into what they like a little bit, you're going to find yourself unhappy, and you're not going to know why, because you've kind of gone too far down a path that's not necessarily aligned with who you really are at the core. So I've had that breakthrough 3 or 4 years ago, and it's just gotten stronger and stronger for me, where I don't really care what people think so much. I know if it feels right to me in my heart, that little intuition in your tummy, I call it, where you turn, you got to listen to your mind, but the mind's a crazy place. I listen to my heart and that gut feeling a lot. And I think like individuality is what's kind of made this path doable for me, and given me a clearer path to like where I want to go.
And that path can be found right now. You have found your frequency, my friend. Make me a promise that I can be I was the one that closed down the ranch before this. Let me be the one to open it back up with you. What do you say?
Man, these are saloon doors. They swing open for you here.
All right, man. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you soon.
My God, thank you. Cheers.
My God, he's awesome. They don't call him Mike Stud for nothing. What a stud. Just a good person. I love when good people are successful, when good people find their frequency and are able to express it and share it with a strong signal, a wide spectrum, and a clear message. The comments below, man, people just love that guy. What great advice. What a great energy. Everybody, if you're down in the dumps, if you're afraid, scared, separate, inferior, superior, go ahead, give this thing another watch. Feel good about what you can do. Let's use this time to take control of the 4 things that we can: our mind, the things we listen to and say, our feelings, and of course our actions. We are in the midst of a miracle. Everything around us isn't changing. We are. take that perspective. Enjoy your day. Thanks for joining me again. We'll catch you tomorrow morning. Don't forget, I have training, by the way. Free training for everyone, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Reach out on my story or text me at 949-298-2905, 949-298-2905. Love to see everybody on there. Mike Stud, thanks again. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful night.